Hello to everyone in the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral community and all of our friends. This is Father Jonathan. I hope you're doing well. In the previous video, we introduced the idea of our next topic of reflection, the eighth and final beatitude. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And we discern that living the beatitudes really is to live a Christ-like life. What should be apparent by now is that the Beatitudes reflect a way of life that Christ himself lived in the midst of the world. He actualized the truth of the Beatitudes throughout his earthly life and ministry. And for this reason, when we live this way with intention, when we live this mode of being, we are trying, by God's grace, to lead lives that emulate Christ's own manner of living in the world. Better yet, we are striving to live in communion with Christ, to live by grace his own way of life. And by God's grace again, we participate in his life. We are members of his body, the church. Such a way of life, as such, we are loving as he is loving. In such a way of life, we are as gentle as he is gentle. We are merciful as he is merciful, and so on and so forth. He is our model for life, and we seek to be more like him in every way. However, as we come to this realization, we must also remember that he cautions his disciples, amongst whom we are numbered, that if he suffered persecutions, so too will we. If we recall, Christ's way of life stood as a critical challenge to the sensibilities of both the religious leaders of his time and the whole world. When we received these words, and when the world received this word, any prophetic voice, in fact, as we said in the previous video, can elicit negative responses by those who are challenged by this critique. Like Christ, we who are his members, when living a way of life consistent with the Beatitudes, all of his teachings, can also incite a defensive posture, potentially leading these people who receive them negatively, and even have them strike out against the ones offering this prophetic critique. The prophetic critique that our very way of life as Christians offers to the world. And this is one of the aspects of persecution that Christ is referring to when offering this beatitude. There will always be those who are unable to reconcile this critique, those who will be unable to accept them. They are threatened by the righteousness of Christ and the truthfulness of his words. In Christ's experience, this led to his betrayal, even by one of his own disciples, rejection by his people, and ultimately his death on the cross. So we who are choosing to live Christ-like lives with intention will encounter the same persecutions that he did. Perhaps not to the same extent, literally being crucified, but certainly coming from this same spirit of unwillingness to hear the critique that this way of life offers, the critique of being in an encounter with the reality of the righteousness of God. And this is our call as disciples. And in the next video, we will explore just what this call looks like. I hope you're doing well. It's such a joy to be able to reach out to you through these videos. If you have any ideas for topics for the next series, or questions that you'd like to have answered in one of these videos, don't hesitate to reach out. Call us, email us, leave us a note in the comments section, or send us a message on social media. We're here for you. We're praying for you. We love you dearly. God bless you, and have a beautiful rest of your day.